Triple BLACK, aka the #1 stunner, aka the boss, aka NBA, NFL, college football, all black bitch. You already know what it is, man. And No Cupcake Zone live stream. It's the second time I've been on here, man. And I like this, man. You know, I can decompress, get my thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? When I go on this journey called life every day. You feel me? But anyways, man, hit the notification if you like it. Just, get notified, man. And also, hit the dislike button if you don't like what I'm talking about, man. But anyways, the title of the video is Kanye Trump. I did a video yesterday. And you know what? Kanye West is using the Trump formula, man. He's using the Trump formula, like I said. Those guys are cut from the same cloth, man. Those guys are cut from the same cloth, and he's using the Trump formula. Like, he's just going all out. He's saying, well, yesterday he said something about, what was it? For 400 years, when you become, when you're a slave for 400 years, it sounds like a damn choice. It sounds like a choice, but no, it's not a damn choice. But, and this is not defense of him, so don't kill me on this one. You do have a choice, so I do agree with that. You either become enslaved or you die. You either become, so you have two choices. You either die for your freedom or you become enslaved. And I don't know if that was the point that he was trying to make, but that is, I mean, you can't say that's not a point. I'm not from Haiti. I mean, my parents are from Haiti, but Haiti had a choice. Haiti had a choice. Either we're enslaved by the French or we die. You know, either you're enslaved or you die. I mean, there's two choices. You know what I'm saying? There's two choices. So, I mean, I think everybody took it from the literal sense of the word. And I think in Ebro, I think I saw something. Ebro said something. There's a disconnect between his brain and his mouth. And that could have been the type of point that he was trying to make. Was, you can either die or you can be enslaved. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people, commit, these heinous acts, and they either go to prison or they kill themselves. So there's a choice. I mean, I can see where his thought process, I don't want to give him too much credit, because maybe he is a very shallow person that tries to really act deep. So I don't know what's going on in his brain, but from that perspective, I guess he could justify his comments. But anyways, man, notification game, man. Make sure you guys hit the notification. I got 1,200 subscribers. You feel me? But this Kanye West thing, man, is very, very interesting, man. Very interesting. Because, like I said in my other video, man, people like him and Trump, they are cut from the same cloth. And if you also look at some of the principles that they use, reference the 48 laws of power. And there's a power principle on the 48 laws of power is you court attention at all costs. You court attention at all costs. And no matter what the cost is, you court the attention. Now, you also got to look at it from a marketing perspective, and also from just a financial perspective. 14% of the population is black. That means, the other percentage is everybody else. And you know what? Most black people don't really fuck with Kanye. They don't really fuck with Kanye. They haven't fucked with Kanye. If you look at his core audience is Spanish people, but mostly white people, and even the racist white people, like the alt-righters and all those type of people. Don't think that they don't like music too. They Kanye's the right type of black, very insecure, always looking for white acceptance. So Kanye, but I guarantee you, motherfuckers that be listening to country music love Kanye West too. Guarantee you, they love those mainstream type people. That's really not socially conscious to a point. Like they like Kanye, even though he says some controversial shit because and love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. He's like a whipping boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they love when people put the hammer down on them. Like when they when he made that comment about Taylor Swift, about Beyonce and shit like that. But the thing is, you know what? What I hate is the phony outrage from a lot of black people, a lot of black people that are cut from the same cloth as Kanye, man. If you don't believe me, there's people that's cut from the same cloth as Kanye, but they ain't brave enough to come out there and say it. You know what I'm saying? They pussy. They be hanging. They're the same people, man. They're the same people. Like 90% of the rappers that you think that are like pro-black or whatever, you might have a couple of them like David Banner that are real true to the game, but a lot of those dudes, man, they feel the same way Kanye do, man. I'm telling you, man, they feel the same way Kanye do. Like that's why you see they be in the Bentleys and they, you know what I'm saying, they move out the hood, you know what I'm saying, they get like 3 light bright, exotic females on them, you know what I'm saying, they always talk about Hermes and Versace and all kinds of stuff like that, man. They cut from the same cloth. You know what? They might not be as vocal about their feeling towards black folks, but believe me, there's more Kanyes than you think. And when I also think is, and you'll see in the next couple of months, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more that come out there and put their toe in there. Like the Chance the Rapper. He put his toe in the water to see how hot it was because he was about to go, maybe cooning with Kanye. I can't really call Kanye a coon because Kanye he's saying some real shit, and I actually think that's how he fucking feels. A difference from to me, a coon is someone that's acting. That's putting on like a Amos and that old time show, like, putting on an act. But I really think that's him. That's him right there. We're speaking to the real Ye. We're speaking to the real Ye when he says shit like that. But a lot of the thoughts that he does have, I think those are a lot of latent things that are in a lot of other black people that have. Man, you know what? If you listen to a lot of some of these talking heads, some of these pro-black talking heads, and you really listen to them, you know what? They have a lot of pent-up disdain for black people in general. They're all, because if you think about it, a lot of the big ones, they're always at odds with each other. They're always at odds with each other. Next thing you know, they're saying this and that and this and that, and then they're always on attack of, they go out of their way to make videos about other black folks and, shit on other black folks. But when's the last time they really made a video, going real hard, or trying to pull up?
But she also has incredibly high standards for herself. This woman really cares about people. This is not just some story. She's not just.
Yeah, it's a very stupid thing for him to say. I mean, I absolutely agree with that. But what I think, what Ebro said it, that his mouth and his brain are disconnected. His mouth and brain are disconnected. Sometimes he probably says stuff that, it just comes out. I mean, it just says stuff. And I some people are going to justify it, and the point I was making was, and I hate to say this, man, because it sounds so fucked up to say it, but if you look at like the choice that you have is either you die or you become enslaved. And that right there makes people uncomfortable. That's a very uncomfortable state to be at. When you are in America and you are enslaved, you either die or you become enslaved. That's the two choices that you have. That's the two choices that you have. You don't have no other choices. You either die or you become enslaved. Look at Haiti. You know, Haiti said, you know what, we're not going to put up with this. You know, so they took all people and went to war and got back their freedom. And you know what? I don't want to give him too much credit because I hope that that's where he was trying to go. That is like you got to take back your freedom. You got to take back your freedom. And I don't know, man. It's just a it is. Whoa. What happened? But go ahead and hit the dislike button. Hit the notification game, man. My lips are ashy as hell. Trying to lip these things. Hey, yeah, you're right, man. Timmons, yeah, Timmons. Yeah, I won't support him either, man. I'm not gonna support him either because the coonery is really heavy. I just think it's a very interesting dialogue. But I think you're gonna win. I think he's gonna win on this one because you're gonna have there's strength in numbers. There's strength in numbers because if you look at the population of blacks, you have a section that are the all out coon. You know, the all out coon, and that guy is gonna go with Kanye. Then you got the young people. You got the young people that never ever experienced the type of, you know, they've been on a sugar high like their whole life when it comes to racism and those types. So they don't even teach that shit in school. So the context of the conversation that they don't even know. Like somebody like Lil Pump or Scrappy Doo or one of these type of guys right there, they have no idea. So, you know, they probably tend to agree with Kanye and think it's a choice. So you have all those people, and you got to also think about those are consumers. They go to consumers. Then you have all the white people that share the same view of that, and you have the Spanish people that share the same view. And you know what? The pro-black or the real conscious black people that are not in it, you know, on some race hustling shit, that's a very small population. That's a very small population. So, you know what? He has everything to win. You know what I'm saying? He has everything to win. Hey, if you also look at, you know, you got to understand these guys cut from the same cloth. They cut from the same cloth, Kanye and stuff like that. And he's also in the fashion world. And two things that people underscore. Tommy Hilfiger in the 90s came out and said that he didn't if he knew his clothes were going to be worn by black people, he would have, you know, because we made Tommy hot. We made Tommy hot. Ralph Lauren said the same similar thing. Also, Michael Kors said the same similar thing. And guess what? They're still billion-dollar companies. So he's just what do they say? The best form of flattery is is imitation or something like that. And Kanye he's sticking to the script. He meant that Trump alt-right, you know, type shit ass talking points or whatever. He's sticking to that shit, man. And there's great reward to it. He's going to be rewarded. There's, like I said, there's strength in numbers. And in the world that he lives in, has, you know, a lot of those type of people. So he's surrounded by a lot of those type of people. Because a lot of those type of people, they don't face the injustices that the average folk like me face. They don't. So, a lot of them think that, racism is dead. They think racism is dead because it's not overt anymore. It's covert. So they're not subjected to a lot of the covert racism that goes on. And they almost think that, being in the state that we're in is a choice, which is some shit. It is some bullshit. It is like that's straight up bullshit. The oppression that we have faced, he doesn't believe that that we're still facing that oppression anymore. And you got to look at it. And again, I mean, I'm not looking at, I can't really look at it from their perspective, but I'm going to just say that a lot of the people that he surrounded himself in are really ignorant to like the everyday struggle of black people. They tend to have thought process that, they're able to live in a house or rent an apartment. They have cars, they have what's the name, and these are not slaves anymore. What I'm saying? If you're enslaved, that's a choice that you're making. And I don't know, and he's probably around successful people that probably had to go through all that shit, but when they leave the hood and they get into those big mansions and stuff, believe me, man, like, hey, I'm not even gonna lie, man, I'd probably be feeling the same way, as him. I'm probably feeling the same way. And